ChatGPT, Claude, Bard, Perplexity, all of the different LLMs that they have out there now, all readily available at your damn fingertips. And while I think it's bringing a lot of good things and efficiencies to the world, it is saturating the job market and your ability to actually stand out in an interview. And maybe you didn't realize this, but for every job application out in the world, there are hundreds, if not thousands and thousands of applicants through LinkedIn, job forums, the careers page on the site itself, hundreds if not thousands of job applicants. And LLMs are just making them more accessible, more easy. There's now scripts and automations to just ghost apply. And the worst part of all is most people are now just on the same playing field. Computer science degrees, the best certificates for that job, the best looking resume, because now everybody can write full stack because they pushed an application on Vercel that just happened to use server functions. So how the hell do you stand out? Well, in this video, we're gonna dive into exactly that. And I'm gonna give you 3 tips on how you can actually stand out. And this is from somebody who has given hundreds, if not thousands of interviews at this point. And if you're new here, my name is Andrew Peacock. I've been slinging code for a little over a decade. Now I'm still tech lead, managing teams. I've been across the full stack. And the goal of this video is to help you actually stand out so that you can get the job of your dreams, especially because we're going into the new year. And now's the time to act. Tip number 1 is to master the micro niche. I think years ago when I was hiring different candidates, I was searching for like that unicorn, a little bit of front end, a little bit of back end. They know about Terraform, but maybe they've never written it. And I wanted that Swiss Army knife tool so that I could get the best bang for my buck. And now I don't need a full stack developer, truthfully. Give a junior engineer a little bit of ChatGPT and a little more guidance on their Jira tickets and they'll get through the work. What I think the world needs now and how you can actually stand out is becoming an expert in something super small and super specific. I see a lot of enterprise applications still using Keycloak, and quite honestly, Keycloak just happens to be one of those tools that is just a huge pain in the ass to manage and configure and set up. It's so much of a friction point in my application that if you're an expert in Keycloak and you had Keycloak on your resume and why you're an expert in Keycloak, I would put your resume at the literal top of the stack. And it needs to be something really specific. Something like, hey, I'm an expert at Keycloak OIDC, Multi-Tenancy Federation, blah, blah, blah. Like something so specific that it solves a very minute use case, and let them know that you've done it before and that you're an expert in it. And the reason I think that this is so important is because we have ChatGPT now. You don't need to be an expert in many things to actually create the product. But by being the expert, you can be the go-to person for solutioning, for designing and architecting that area of the application, for helping the junior engineers figure out what their tickets should be. And I think that is going to be a absolute cheat code in the next year. And pro tip, if you're wondering, okay, well, what technology or what process or what area of the application should I really niche down on and specialize in? Well, just find the team that you wish you were working on. Find the company that is the dream company and message somebody on that team on LinkedIn. Say something like, hey, insert their name. I'm Andrew Peacock. I'm hoping to work for your company one day and would love to specialize on a tool or problem set in your tech stack so that I can bring great value as an asset to your business. Do you have any recommendations? And this is great because you get the information you're looking for, you have an actual path to go down, and you just made a new network connection that may become a referral in the future. And speaking of referrals, tip number 2 is what I'm calling the coffee chat. I think we would all be lying if you said that engineers, or at least 99% of engineers, are an absolute slut for a free Starbucks. And this is where Starbucks becomes your shortcut. And I'm not saying like the Starbucks drink is going to be free. It's going to cost you, what, $6? But this will be the best $6 that you're going to spend your entire week. Look, let's face reality. With all the noise in the market, with all the resumes coming and saying, oh, I have a determined mindset or some garbage like that, you need a real unfair advantage to just get your foot in the door. And here's the catch. Most and the best opportunities rarely come through the front door. I made a video in early 2024 where I backed up with evidence that around 44% of candidates get hired through internal referrals. And think about it, it makes sense from a business perspective. Let me paint this picture for you. If a business spends, I don't know, $100,000 to fill a role because they have to go to job boards, do loads and loads of interviews, and quite honestly, take a risk on hiring that candidate and them being absolute dog water. So let's just say it cost them $100K. Now, you, an employee already working at the company, refer and vouch for your high quality friend. Maybe that process only costs 10 or 15K. It's significantly less interviews. They have a higher chance of the candidate staying and wanting to learn and work out because it's coming through one of your current employees. it is a win-win situation for the business. And this is why you need to find the methods and mechanisms for you to get an internal referral. So here's what you do instead. Instead of just slinging hundreds of applications, which like you can still do that, but instead of just posting and ghosting, I want you to find the engineering manager or the tech lead of the team or company that you would be part of and send them this message on LinkedIn. And if you want, copy and paste it. I gave it to you for free down in the description below. Say something like, hey, so-and-so, I noticed your team is working on a specific project or technology, which, sidebar, if you did the part 1, you've already nailed down that specific project or technology that you should be focusing on. But back to the message. I'd love to buy you a virtual coffee and learn more about the technical challenges that you're facing. Genuinely interested in the problems you're solving and seeing if I can help. And I'd be lying to say if you won't get left on red for some of these. You probably will. But in my experience, hiring managers and just managers or tech leads in general, they have a lot of value in people that show a genuine interest in the real problems and the fact that you like did your homework and are coming saying, hey, I'd love to buy you a coffee, coming and making an actual colleague out of them, than you just posting a damn application and walking away. And if you're still not bought into how powerful this is, like, let me just give you another perspective. By you doing the work of reaching out to the hiring manager, by you coming with a specific technology or problem and letting them know that you're the expert in and showing genuine interest, this is no different than as if you had the SaaS that solved this problem and you're reaching out to them to get leads. And except for getting leads for the business, you're getting leads for yourself. And I firmly believe that that methodology and going about it in that way, rather than just posting and ghosting, is going to be an absolute cheat code for you to get a job in 2025. The last tip to actually stand out is to stop building portfolios and start building products. I'm gonna be the first one to say it, and maybe this is an unpopular opinion, but most 99% of portfolio websites just freaking suck, period. And look, because of things like ChatGPT and other LLMs, even at early stages of your career, expectations have most certainly gone up. And I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of lame to just have a picture-only portfolio or to show me half-baked GitHub repos or to show me websites that you made in freaking 2006. And let's be honest, hiring managers don't give a shit about your cool on hover effect on the contact me button. They're interviewing 10 other candidates this week and they all have portfolio websites. So if you really want to stand out and if you really want to have a competitive advantage above everyone else, stop giving them portfolio links and start giving them QR codes to go download the app that you posted on the App Store. Start giving them free trials to the product if it's a paid product, and just put the damn free trial code right on your resume. And maybe you can tell I'm really passionate about this point because this is one that hits home for me so hard. If you do those things and show that you can build real products and that you've shipped real things and that you've talked with customers and you dealt with feedback, and you can show that in a real tangible way, I promise you, I guarantee it, that will outweigh 10 portfolio websites. So there you have it. Those are my 3 top tips on how to actually stand out in this overly competitive tech market. I am pretty positive that we will see more mass layoffs in 2025. Competition will go up. So you need to do what you have to do to stand out. And I hope that one of these tips here is actually gonna help you stand out and get that job of your dreams in 2025. Master the micro niche and become the go-to person for something specific. Leverage the virtual coffee chats or ideally the in-person coffee chats and really build your network to have the fast pass lane to the company. And for the love of God, stop working on damn portfolio websites and start building real products that solve real problems and ship them. And if you do any one of those things, I will personally promise you, I guarantee it, that the odds and success rate of you getting a job in this next year are going to be above 99% of the other engineers out there. So what are you waiting for? Go do something amazing. Stop building that damn portfolio website. Go start building a real product, and I will see you all next week.